Okay, I'll share the tray again. Here is it. So we stopped here. Girls, you see it, right? You see my PowerPoint.
No,
So we said,
yes.
most important reason for going from one place to another is to see what's in between by Norton Juster. Okay, what's next? He says, as we said, getting there is half the fun. We discussed this, right?
Yes.
Not all who wander are lost. What you get out of this? Haggers, who can discuss me with this? Dana, are you here? Dana Maher? Dana Wael? No, not Dana Wael. Dana Wael has left. Dana Suhail?
She didn't left.
Yes, dear. Dana,
Yeah.
are you here?
Yes, yes.
Dana, not all who wander are lost. What do you think of it? Dana, are you here?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, dear, hurry up, tell me. Jana, are you here, Jana?
Yes, miss.
Not all who wander are lost. Wander is not wander. Wander is walking aimlessly. Huh?
Yes.
And then
يعني
concentrate because I'll ask you again, huh?
يعني not all who walk away will be lost.
Yes, not all who walk away aimlessly are lost. Okay? So, Dana, you're still here?
Yes.
We should not judge people by their peak of excellence, but by the distance they have traveled from point where they started. What does it mean?
Seriously.
What does it mean, sweetheart?
Yes, I didn't hear this. Miss يعني.
Can't you see it in the? Can't you see the PowerPoint?
Yes, yes, I saw it, but I didn't hear what you said the last thing.
How we? Oh, can you explain this number 3 for me, dear? This one?
The third one, we should not judge people.
Yes.
We should.
Okay, then, حبيبتي. Can anyone do, girls? Can anyone has an idea about this? Please raise
Can
your
I-
hand.
Yes.
Who wants?
Can I?
Tell names. Tell me names. Najwa. Okay, Jane, I'm sorry, I said Najwa. Okay, Najwa.
Maybe that we don't have to look like after the people have reached it. No, we have to see like their start and their journey that they've been in.
Excellent. Don't look at the last point. Look at what they have done, starting of what. There is another idea of this. Who can say it?
Kadra,
Kadra, go on, dear.
I think like the doing is more important than the outcome.
Excellent. Doing is more important than the outcome. He says to you, if we have, for example, a manager of the school or a CEO of a big international company, and wow, he is in a very big position. But when you search in his journey, you find that he has been raised in a very, very wealthy family, and he has everything in his hands, and he studied in luxurious colleges, and with his father paid a lot to teach him. And finally, it's his own company. It's his father's company, for example. If we look at the result, he is in a very high position, but the journey was too easy.
Yes.
Look to another one. Yeah, look to another one.
Yes.
Yes, dear.
Miss, is it like the quote, never judge a book by its cover, or no?
Great. Also, yes. And another thing, an employee in this multinational company.
Miss,
Yes, dear.
Miss, can you accept Balqis?
I have no request, dear. She has to send the correct request. Another employee in the company, he is an employee, not a CEO, an employee, but he was raised in a very poor family. He was taught in governmental schools. He couldn't take extra private classes. He suffered a lot to succeed. He read too many books to be there. He went to a governmental college, but he studied so hard in order to be an employee. So we judge and we say the CEO is better than the employee.
No.
In the rank, yes, he is better in the rank, in the position, but in the journey, which was harder?
Employee.
The employee.
That's it. It's a very, it's a symbol. It's not real. Yani it can be real, of course, but I'm telling you, it's symbolism here. So apply this for all your lives stories.
Yes.
So don't, it's just, for example, it's just a worker. No, maybe this worker has a very hard journey to reach to be a worker. We don't know. Okay? Okay. Raghat, continue reading. We stopped at our personalities, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Continue, please.
Just a second. That means I stopped at they can't resist.
Okay, yes, continue.
They can't resist detouring to offbeat roadside attraction that feature rusted-out cars arranged to look like the Stonehenge palaces made of corn or the world's largest bowl of twine. Our personalities, experiences, and interests certainly influence our attitude about travel.
Please highlight that our personalities, experiences, and interests will influence our attitude about travel. Continue.
Just a second, miss. And for most people, the nature of the trip determines whether they want to get there now or enjoy the ride. However, most readers will agree about one thing. When it comes to stories about journeys, getting there is way more than half the fun. In fact,
also, this is the message, that getting there is more half the fun. Okay?
Yeah.
Continue.
In fact, often the barriers and problems that result is not getting there provide excitement and valuable life experiences. What makes a journey worth the trip on the printed page? How do stories about travel keep us riding along with the characters until one or I?
Until I. Unit 1.
Unit 1 will explore key elements of journey stories by examining the language, themes, and subject matter of the genre. Activities will provide opportunities to write about,
This is
discuss.
what we're gonna take in Unit 1. So turn the page. Chapter 1, Analyzing Narrative Detail. Thank you, Raghat. Analyzing narrative detail. Why narrative detail? Why? Here he asks, hello? Yes, Bayan? Who's talking, girls?
Sarah.
Yes,
I'm
Sarah.
sorry, you said why narrative? I said because I talk about myself.
It's I don't hear well, but it's okay. Bayan, can you read Bayan?
Miss, can you accept Balqis? She sent you a request.
I accepted her, dear. She's here with us.
Okay.
What line are we on?
Bayan?
Miss,
Yes, raise your voice, Bayan.
I'm speaking normally. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, what line are we on?
If page 8 at the beginning of the page.
Oh. Am I on the wrong book? Because
You don't have the book? Okay, another one.
Can I read?
Can I read, Miss?
Yes, yeah. Who says? I'm sorry, I heard. Layan?
Layan.
Okay,
Yes,
Layan,
Layan.
go on. Layan, dear.
Which Layan do you want?
Layan, the one who said I want to read. Hurry up,
Layan.
girls.
Layan, the
Layan
other one.
Fadl or Layan
Yeah,
Maghrabi?
no, Layan Fadl.
Okay, go on, Layan Fadl, read.
Did I say I want to read?
Hurry up, girls. We're wasting time.
I said I was going to read.
Anyone?
Rima
Rima?
is talking. Yes.
Rima,
Yeah.
okay, Rima, go on.
Analyzing narrative details, preview concepts. What is the difference between a journey and a trip? Think about a book you read or a movie you saw recently that was about a journey. What elements made it interesting or memorable? Write a response below using the following keywords to focus your writing: setting, characters, description, and plot.
This is up to you. So now he wants you to know what's the difference between a journey and a trip. It's up to you. Okay? Journey and a trip. You see, put the journey in front of you and the trip. Setting, you mention where or when. Characters. Who? Okay? Description. Okay?
Is it
Why
class
these
work?
things? Out, yeah. Setting, characters, and description are different between the two stories. So you write one different than yours, than your friends. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Miss,
Okay,
now
what to do? I will just introduce you some points and then we go to write this. You still see my PowerPoint, right, girls?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, look,
Yes.
girls. In here, he wants you to write a narrative. Why narrative? A narrative about a journey you made.
Yes.
So it's something happened to you. In writing narrative, you should use sensory details. Why would someone use sensory details? I am an author. I write a paragraph, I write an essay, I write a story. I have to use sensory details to explain for you what I saw, what I heard, what I felt. Why I explain for you using the five senses.
So
When
that
I
you can
tell you, you would feel the same feelings I had when I was in this position. So I am drawing the image for you. I take you from your place to put you in my place. So if I say to you, I'm sitting in front of the window, I can see the sky, I can see the birds flying, I can, wait a minute, I have to accept. Accepting is so hard while I share the screen. Zena. Zena. Hello. Zena. Zena, it's your first time today with us, right? Zena.
Yes, teacher.
Hi, Zena. How are you? Where have you been?
Good.
A
Teacher,
week,
I came
Zena?
the first lesson, but because it wasn't opening with me the last week.
Hi, Zena. How are you doing? How are you, dear?
Great, teacher.
Okay,
How
let's
are
continue. Fine, حبيبتي, alhamdulillah. Let's continue. Can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I look at the window, through the window I can see the sky, so I use the sight. I can hear the chirps of the birds. I can touch the softness of the window. Okay? Taste what? If it's raining, I can say that I taste the moisture of the rain. If I'm in the garden, I can say I smell the fragrance of the roses. So I am giving you the picture. So this is the sensory details: sight, smell, sound, touch, taste, feeling. So do not write a narrative without using the five senses. Do not do this, girls. You have to write them. And in your writings, authors use simile and metaphor. You know them before. I will just give you a quick revision on them. What's a simile? What's a metaphor? Simile and metaphor is when I compare two things. Two things I want to compare them together. Okay? After I finish, I will send you this PowerPoint. Okay? So keep it with you in order to play it whenever you want to study. I have the simile and I have the metaphor. Simile is when I say this is like this. Or as. He is as brave as a lion. He is as shy as a turtle. As fast as a rabbit.
Yeah.
As, like, or he is like a tomato. His face is like a tomato, so his face is red. Metaphor is when I compare two things to each other without using as or like. His tiger legs, it means that his legs are too fast. His reddish tomato face, His tomato face means his face is red. You got me? This is a metaphor. In order to enrich your writing, I use the 5 senses. I use simile and metaphor. Okay, and I understand the point of view. Why I understand the point of view here, teacher? Yani, what do I do now? When I write a narrative, I use the first person point of view. Look, we talked before. That's why I like teaching the same class I was teaching, because, you know, I connect the things we've said before.
Yes.
When I have a story, it's written by Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe is the author, not the narrator. Narrator is the one who is telling us the story. The narrator has 4 points of view, four points of view. If I am the one who is telling the story that happened to me, it will be first person point of view. I say I, we, mine, ours, Herman Melville's classical novel Moby Dick. It's an example. So I use I'm telling you something happened with me. The second person point of view is when I talk a story about a story that happened to you. When I say to my child, when you were young, you used to do this and this and this, and you went to your friend and you met, this is second person point of view. And then we have third person point of view. What is third person point of view? Third person point of view is when the narrator knows about the characters in the story. I have limited and I have omniscient. Limited and omniscient. What is limited point of view? Limited point of view when the narrator knows only one thing about one character in the story. Only know what is going on inside the heart and mind of one person. I know the feelings and emotions of one person in this story. So his perspective is limited. He only knows everything about one character. What is omniscient? Look at the eye. Omniscient. No bias. He's not taking a side of any character. No. He has full knowledge of all characters and situations. He knows everything about everyone in the story. Omniscient. So how many points of view we have for the narrator?
Limited and
3.
omniscient.
4.
4. 1. First one.
Second point of view.
Second.
Third, limited point of view.
Third, limited and omniscient. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why we take this teacher? In order to write anything, you have to know the narrator knows everything or he knows only about one character. So I do not get into more details that I do not need, or the reader will be distracted. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, before we go to the journals, okay, I have how to back, yes. Your job is to write the difference between, this should be classwork and we discuss it together, but because on the online we waste a lot of time, I accept and I open the slides and this. So I want you to write it, okay, with you. I want you to write it at home. You are already at home, I know.
Miss, do you want us to send it to you or for next
Yes.
period?
Yes, please send it.
An essay of a journey.
I'll tell you my problem, girls. Listen, I have to say something for you. I have 3 grades, not only 3 classes. I have 3 grades. I'm teaching 9, 10, and 11. Okay, how many girls? Around 100 girls. So, okay, to be in the picture with me. So I may take time in checking. Okay, especially that the checking is through online. It's too hard. To focus and read. It is so different than just a checking. Okay, so please, I have the report, the follow-up report. I will check those who sent me and I will discuss with you. But forgive me if I can't discuss the 30. I have 32 of you now here. I can't discuss everything. Forgive me till just we go back to school. But you have to do your homework. I will give you my comments. Okay?
Put on the book or write them on the notebook?
No, you can write them in the book. If you are using the book for yourself. If you will not resell it or keep it for your sister, you can write it in a copybook.
Miss, I have a question. Miss,
Go, dear.
we're gonna write like a journey in our life.
You can write a paragraph, dear. You see, I want 3 lines. It's not an essay, because here in page 9 you will see other questions. Other or Lujain, read number page 9 يا Lujain.
Page 9. Making connections. Answer the following questions in the space below. 1. If you could journey to anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? 2.
So you will write me, I want to go to Spain. Why? You have to mention why. I want to go to Mexico. You have to mention why. Okay?
We need to solve page 8 and page 9.
Yes, 8 and 10 are to be solved. This should be homework, but classwork, but there is no time in the classwork, as you see.
Unless like it's up to us which point.
Yes, it's totally up to you. I want to go to Cairo. Why? And okay, I want to travel to Syria. Why? To Jordan. Okay. Question 2, Lujain, read it.
Have you ever traveled to a new place that was vastly different from the culture and environment where you live? What surprised you about the place you visited and the people you met?
Yes, so all these 4 questions should be answered in your book or in your copybook, but please send them.
Questions?
1, 2, 3, 4 in page 8 and 9.
Miss, can we because it's sharing your answers with the partner.
Yes.
So do we need to do it?
Please, if you can, with your friend.
Sure.
You know what, guys? It's 2 lines. I don't want you to write an essay. 2 lines, 3 lines maximum.
Yes, Miss, but I mean the second one. Do we need to like discuss? We need to discuss with one more.
Don't discuss, yes. Don't discuss. So 3 questions to be solved.
It says to write about a movie or book that you've read. So are we supposed to write about the story or about us reading the story?
What again, Rima?
Question 1. It says to write about a book or a movie that you've seen recently. Are we supposed to write about the story itself or about our experience reading the story?
What elements made it interesting or memorable? This is the analyzing. Great that you asked me, Rima. This question, girls, it's about, look, remember previous year story, the one who went to kill the dinosaur in the past?
Yes.
This is a trip, right?
Yes.
What elements made it interesting? What made it interesting? What was interesting? I'm just giving you an example. You don't write about this. I'm just giving you an example. What made it interesting? The idea about he travels to the past, the idea that he has a long trip. This is a trip to kill. He takes a long trip to kill. So this is it. Or so why as Nada, why I still remember it till now? I'll tell you why I still remember it till now, because I couldn't understand the idea of going back in the time to kill.
Yes.
And the conclusion, it ended by his death. He himself was killed.
Yeah.
Can you let Noor
in? Yeah, I accepted here.
Okay.
We go
So,
back
Miss, do we need to write like it must be something that we read?
Anything you read, anything you saw. So
Yes,
why it was
and my experience.
Okay, you want to write about your experience? It's going to be more a narrative essay. So because we will take the narrative in this unit. After we finish this, we'll take it. Now you can, on that time, you can write your own experience in an essay.
Okay.
Okay, so now you write about what? A movie you've seen. A movie, I saw a movie. It's about a trip to the past, to the ancient Egyptian time. The setting was different because it was at the pyramids, and the characters were King Amun and King I don't know whom, and the description how the author described this for you. So you talk about the description, not in big paragraphs. I want 5 lines maximum, girls. Done? Can we move?
Yes.
Yes.
10A, which were 9A before. I don't hear you. Participate and raise your voice and be active. Yes, miss. Yes. Okay, now we start with the journals. What is the journals? This is an excerpt that we take, and it's in page 10. Excerpt. What's excerpt? Excerpt is a part.
Yes.
A part of what? A part of a novel, a historical novel about Marco Polo. Who was Marco Polo? This is Marco Polo.
An Italian.
Yeah. Yes, an Italian. He was from Venice. Sarah, you went to Venice, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you like him.
Yes.
Marco Polo is a merchant, okay, explorer and writing. He travels through Asia along the Silk Road. I bet you took the Silk Road in social.
No.
It's a road from China to Europe. No. To import and export the silk. Yani people from Europe went to buy the silk and China buy other products. That's why it was called Silk Road. It was the biggest road ever. So Marco Polo took this Silk Road from Italy, from Europe till China. Yeah. Of course, so he was a famous traveler. He has recorded all his travels in a book, The Travels of Marco Polo.
Yes.
He is a famous traveler. So what's about Marco Polo? Marco Polo, Najwa, are you here?
Yes, miss.
Read, Najwa, read the PowerPoint. Can you see it well? Read it.
Yeah, teacher. Marco Polo is the last of the illustration Polo family left in Venice after his father and uncles moved abroad, leaving him and his mother behind. His mother dies when he's 7, and he becomes increasingly unruly as he is raised by family servant like Zia Zulia, I guess.
Zia Zulia,
and their black slave Mitchell. Marco becomes friends with Venice's boat children, a group of orphans who live on the canals of Venice.
Because Venice has no roads, has few roads, she has water. So in order to move from a place to a place, you take a boat. He became a friend to these boys.
And becomes particularly close to Ubaldo and his sister Doris. Marco becomes even more uncomfortable when Zia Zuela and Michelle are
I'm sorry. Skip it. I will remove it. I'm sorry. Anyway, the journals is written about Marco Polo. Okay, I'm so sorry. I was preparing 12 a.m. yesterday. After I finished the other preparation. Okay, something to laugh about. The Journals is a historical novel about Marco Polo. So it's written about Marco Polo trip abroad. Okay? So...
Miss, may I read, please, if we're going to read?
Yes, please read. No, I can't. Nah, yes, go ahead, dear. Yes, I will. Now you see the picture of the novel?
Yes.
You see the picture of Marco Polo? Because I will turn it off and we go back to. Okay, so this is it. Yes. Okay, I'll stop sharing the screen and we start. read يا ريم يا ليان فضل دير حبيبتي.
Excerpt. The Journeyer by Gary Jennings. To my surprise, when we entered Kambalik, that is to say, when we came into the twilight of a fading day to the place where the dusty...
I want you to do something. While we are reading, you have to underline and you tell me, teacher, this is using sight. Teacher, this is using hearing. This is using the smell. This, okay? We underline the 5 senses, using the usage of 5 senses. We underline simile, we underline metaphor, what I've just said for you now. That's why I gave you this in order to underline them here now. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so to my surprise, when we entered the Kambalik, that is to say when we came in the twilight of a fading day. What's a twilight?
A light in the sky.
In between period before sunset.
Yes. So a fading day. So twilight is what something I can see. So you see here, you see there in your page, you have like a blue box, my thoughts.
Yes.
Do you have anything written in this? Because I don't see your book. What's written?
No, nothing.
It's empty.
Empty.
So you write sight. Sight. So everything you underline, you tell me what is it. So here, twilight of a fading day is what?
Sight element.
Sight. Continue.
Okay. To the place where the dusty road became a broad paved clean avenue leading into the city. Our
Is
little
there another thing with sight, Layan?
Yes, actually. Dusty.
Excellent. Dusty road became a broad paved clean avenue. Okay, this is number 2 in sight. Continue.
Our little train was met by a considerable reception party. First there was waiting of a band of Mongol foot soldiers wearing
You
dress
took
armor.
Mongol in the social, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Mongol is people from Asia. Those Mongol who came to the Islamic, how can I say, the Islamic countries, and they invaded all of them. Like Turkey and other countries in Europe. They came to Egypt, they came to Syria. Mongol. Okay?
Foot soldiers wearing dress armor of highly polished metal and gleaming oiled leathers.
So this is what I can
see, observe.
See also. I underline it, girls. What were they wearing? They used to wear black leather with like a skirt on this, the soldiers of the Mongols. You haven't heard about Genghis Khan and Hulagu Khan? Oh, okay.
Miss, the author, the narrator is the author, right?
By Gary Jennings. No, Gary Jennings wrote about Marco Polo as if Marco Polo is telling us his stories.
Because they said Marco Polo who narrates the story. So
yes,
who's
it's the narrator, not the author. The author is Gary Jennings.
Ah, okay, I got it.
The author, because, okay, يعني Jerry, the one who wrote the book, and inside the narrator is Marco Polo.
So the Jerry is the author?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
They did not step out to impede our way as Kiadu's road guards.
What is impede our way? What's impede? Dalia, are you here? Dalia, what's impede our way? To do what to our way?
Yes.
What's impede our way? Lana Maher, quickly, are you here? What's impede our way, ya Lana?
Yes, miss, I'm here.
What's impede our way? Impede our way. يعني our way, impede our way.
Yeah, to stop our way.
They didn't stop our way, huh? So please, if there is any unfamiliar word, write its meaning on it. Underline it and write its meaning.
It means stop?
Yes.
Okay.
As Cadius road guards at Kashgar had done, with unanimous precision.
No, it's not, it's unanimous.
Oh.
Unanimous. Say it, girls, unanimous.
Unanimous.
It's from union. Unanimous. It's from the word union. It's to unanimous is agreement. Unanimous.
Precision. They presented
precision.
Preciseness.
Preciseness. To be precise.
They presented their glittering glances at a slant of salute.
Yes. Okay. Glittering glances at a slant of salute. So it is also side, girls.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
Then formed a hollow square about our train and marched with us along the avenue between crowds of the city's everyday inhabitants who paused in their occupations to ogle us curiously.
So they gathered around the train, girls. Okay, they gathered around the train and marched with us along the avenue between crowds of the city's everyday inhabitants who paused in their occupation to ogle us curiously. What is ogle? Us curiously. Stare. Yeah, to stare at us. Who are, because people of Italy, they used to wear differently than people, of course, in China. Okay, we'll stop here, girls. You know what to do.
Yes.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
Bye, Miss.
Bye, Miss.
Bye, Miss.
I hope you enjoyed it today.
Yes.
You
too. Bye, Miss.
Bye.